What if I told you that the greatest secret of ancient Egypt isn't hidden inside a pyramid, a tomb, or a lost papyrus? What if the real secret is the timeline itself? Because if Egypt is not 7,000 years old, but closer to 39,000, then the entire story of humanity changes. And that's the doorway we're stepping through today. Now let's begin where very few historians dare to go. Long before modern Egyptology, before the French invasion, before the church began forcing history to fit biblical chronology, the ancient world agreed on one thing. Egypt was old, incredibly old. Greek historians documented priestly records that stretched back tens of thousands of years. Manetho, the priest historian of Egypt, recorded 3 ages: the time of the gods, the time of the semi-gods, and only at the very end, the time of the families we all know, like Ramses and Seti. According to Manetho, the first 2 eras alone account for over 30,000 years of history. But here's the mystery. When the French marched into Egypt in 1798, the timeline began to shift. Suddenly, those ancient records were labeled as myth. Suddenly, the long timeline was inconvenient. Suddenly, Egypt had to fit into a 7,000-year world. Why? Because a 39,000-year-old Egypt challenges every established chronology, every sacred story, and every version of human origins we were taught. So the question becomes, did ancient Egypt inherit its knowledge from a forgotten civilization? Did the Tepi, the first time, describe an era before recorded history, when beings called Necheru walked among humans? And why were those records shortened, rewritten, or completely erased after the 1800s? As we go deeper into this series, we'll explore the testimonies of ancient historians, the priestly lists, the astronomical clues, and the layers beneath the sand that don't match the official timeline. But in this first episode, remember this: if Egypt truly stretches back 39,000 years, then our entire story as a species is only beginning to be told. The timeline is open. Let's step through it together.